Hello. How is everybody? I'm a few minutes late, but I'm going to give you all, hopefully that gives you all time to be getting home from work. So we are going to be sewing. Oh my gosh. Again, I always say this, but if you could see my space right now, it is, well, it's bananas, especially because it's subscription week. And so I have been folding, packing, getting everything ready for shipping. Hi, Vonda. I should probably have not scheduled this live right in the middle of my subscription box week, but it is what it is. We're going to be actually sewing the Teagan Tote today, which was the recommended pattern from March's Fabulous Clubs. If you can all hear me, can you type into the chat and just let me know that you can hear me and you're here? I feel like we're going to be having, hi, Misty. I feel like we're going to be having people like kind of just arriving as they get home from work today, which is totally fine. I am, as usual, running around like crazy, trying to finish up things. And I like just finished threading my machine behind me. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Diana. Hi, Marie. Yay, you can hear me. Hi, Christy. We have the pattern designer on with us, y'all. So Christy from Stitches by Christy is on. And now I'm like intimidated, Christy. What if I do something wrong? I'm sure I'm going to do something wrong. Oh, Debbie Gassman. I messaged you on Instagram. You were the winner of one of the patterns from Sunday's live. But I didn't have your email. So I've messaged you on Instagram. If you go over there and accept my message, then I'll tell you how you can redeem the pattern that you won. Okay. All right. All right. So let's do giveaways first. Okay. So Christy, I just want to confirm we were going to do 2 more single patterns, right? And then you can't stay up that late. And then Christy, what was your grand prize? I don't want to misspeak and give away something, but we had talked about like there was two more people would get a pattern each today, and then there was going to be one person that gets a grand prize. Do you want to just confirm in the chat what that will be? Because I don't want to give it away. I think I have it on my chat, on our chats on Instagram, but I don't want to misspeak and promise something that I shouldn't be promising, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to look through our Instagram chat too. I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot. I'm the worst. It's been like I said, it's been a week. I feel like I'm saying that. I say that every week though, so nothing's new. Okay, should we just do one? Maybe we just do one grand prize today for 3 patterns and do a 3-fer. What do you think? Do you want to just do 1 winner, 3 patterns? Let me know, Christy, or just chat. You can send me a chat on Instagram and let me know. I don't remember. How about 2 individual patterns and a grand prize? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Are you sure? That's incredible. Okay, everybody's going to be at the end. All right, so you heard it from the pattern designer. This is our new favorite pattern designer. So Christy says that we're going to give away, there will be 3 winners. 2 people will get individual patterns of their choice, and 1 person is going to get 5 patterns, y'all. That's a lot. That's crazy. Okay, well, thank you. That's amazing. Okay, now I'm excited. Okay, so let's talk about how you get entered to win. So let me put this banner up. Okay, and I will instruct you. So to enter the giveaway for the free patterns, you go to the My Little Shindig website. Yes, I'm going to link it in the chat box. Just give me a second. You go to the My Little Shindig website, and then you go to the drop down that says Fabulous Clubs. Click on that, and then there's a little sub menu that says Fabulous and Lucky. It's how I do most all of the giveaways. So if you've ever done a giveaway with me before, It's located in the same place. Let me just get you the link. So on this page, you're just going to enter. There you go. Oh, excuse me. You're just going to enter your first name, last name, and email. What you're opting into is just my email list. Okay. And I'm not going to sell your email to anyone else or give your information out. Okay. You're just opting into the My Little Shindig email list. All right. And then we usually do the drawing at the end, like towards the end. So you kind of have to stay or at least come back and check in. All right. Christy, you're amazing. Thank you. Okay. So first, okay, wait, Debbie, you said sounds good. Okay. You're going to reach out to me on Instagram about your prize. And if you won the other day on Sunday, I erased that entire list of people who entered the contest on Sunday. So you can definitely enter again today. It's a new day. Okay. Let's see. Vonda, you've cut 2 patterns and you're ready to go. You're probably more ready. Maybe we should just switch to your camera and you can show them because you might be more ready than I am. Okay. Let's see. Everybody's saying thank you to Chrissy. Hi, Jenna. Okay. Let me show you what I tried my best to finish the bright fluorescent one because I wanted to do the floral designs from March's Club today to sew that with you all, but I didn't finish it. I almost finished the outside. So let me show. It's pretty awesome. All right. I'm excited about it. Okay. And now somebody said that it's giving like goofy vibes and now I can't unsee it. Okay. Let me, so this is the outside minus the straps. It just says goofy to me and I can't unsee it, people. But I think it turned out, I mean, it's pretty cute. So I did on this one, sorry, I keep shaking it around. So it's probably hard for you to actually pay attention and see it. Okay. So I did, this is the Teagan Tote with the pocket, the outside pocket. I did the outside pocket on both sides. So both sides are essentially the same. Okay. But it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty wild, but I like it. I'm going to carry my goofy bag around with me. And then with the straps, oh my gosh, look at the straps. The straps like too, it's like freaking caution tape, or caution, like a caution vest. But that's all right. It'll be fun when it's done. I know I'm totally going to carry it because I like crazy and wild things, but I can't help but like only see goofy now. So there's that. I told my husband, he was just in here helping me set up. And I was like, somebody said that it looked like goofy colors. And he was like, I hadn't even thought of that about that. And now I can't unsee it either. Anyway. Hi, Diana. Hi, Diane. So this too is from last year's I ran glow in the dark vinyl the end of last summer. And this is from that. So the pocket at least will glow. So depending on how far I get, maybe I'll do some of this because I haven't done the lining on this one yet. But I did do the outside pocket so I could kind of instruct you on how to do that today. You should have done one strap in green, one in orange. Yeah. I mean, I could still go back and do it, right? The other thing is, so we have, this is the designs I'm doing today. This is like one of the, I guess this is one of the interiors. What was I doing? Oh, this is one of the, this one's also on the exterior, I believe. Yeah, it's on the exterior too. So anyway, but that's the pattern that I'm using today. What's some navy? Vinyl. But I know what I was going to say. I have a confession. I didn't pay attention to the size of D-rings that I had, or not D-rings, rectangle rings, square. I had square ones or 1-inch ones for the goofy inspired tote, but these are 1.5 inch. So the strap I cut is not going to work. So, well, at least in the way that we did it. So I think I might do the strap. Shoot, I think I have to cut these to the connectors again. Oh, blast. All right, well, we'll figure it out. But I think what I'm going to do is the strap the way, I think it's Kathy Caudill taught to do the, what does she call it? The feature strap or the two-tone strap because I think I can do it this way and I can still use what I cut the other day if I do it this way. So, because I don't have to fold it in twice, if that makes sense. So I think I'm going to do my strap like this one. This was the Scoop Savoy tote, but Kathy teaches it slightly differently than the pattern. So she, like, one is just essentially laid on top of the other. Does that make sense? So I think it will work with this size strap. We will see. And I might do it that way. It is what it is. We'll figure it out, right? Okay. You should have done, let's see. All right. So I think that's it. Other than that, we could be ready to get started. Does everybody have their bobbins loaded? Did you oil your machine if you needed to? At the retreat, I think I lost my, or I left it there or something. I have a magnetic seam guide at the retreat that I use on my machine that I love and that I kind of can't live without. I've just realized I left it there. Hi, Lynette, because I cannot find it for the life of me. And so I asked my husband if he could get me just a little piece, like a straight edge of acrylic, and I could use that. Like I could stick it to my machine with the super sticky tape and use that as a seam guide. So do you want to know what he brought me? How am I supposed to use this at my machine? I think he had no idea what I was talking about, because clearly this isn't, there's no, how does this even fit? So, and it's a piece of acrylic, so he was trying to follow instructions, but anyway, we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. All right. Oh, Christy, you said you could also skip the rectangle rings and connectors, just show the strap right in. Oh yeah, that's true. I could do that. And then just still do like a rivet to like hold it in place, huh? That's a good idea. I'll try to make it. Yeah. I can either do that or if I feel inspired. Okay. So we have, I'm going to add that to the stage. There's my hand. It's to the right of me. So this is where I'm going to like put the pieces during the sew along. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. I might have to adjust this a little bit. I feel like it never gives me enough like space to show exactly what I need to show. And then also I have my Juki. My Juki girl is right here next to me on the table, so I can stand up and stitch. And then I've also added, oh gosh, you can see my butt. But that's Jane right here. Yep, there she is. There's Jane, the camera shot of Jane. At least I'm wearing dark pants, right? All right, so we have all three cameras that I'll be probably using this full time. All right, you ready to get started? Everybody's got bobbins. Everybody's oiled their machines. You have your seam ripper handy, although hopefully we won't need it. I think I'm trying to decide. So I think in the tutorial that Beth did, Beth from Sew Country, I think she started with okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what to start with here. I think I'm going to I'll just start with the exterior like is suggested in the pattern. I am not doing a pocket on the exterior of this one. I'm just doing the panel all the way around, but I can show you how to do the pocket if you'd like. I am doing the pocket on the interior. So that's kind of what I was thinking in my head. I don't know if I should do the pocket on the just do the interior first and then the exterior, so that I can show you all if you're not sure how to do the pocket. It is basically the same construction. Christy, correct me if I'm wrong. The pocket on the interior is basically the same construction as it is on the exterior. So that's what I think in Beth's tutorial. I feel like maybe she did the exterior pocket and the interior pocket like one after the other, because it's kind of just the same construction, so it made sense. But we can just start from the beginning with the panel. So it's pretty easy construction, especially if you're not doing the panel or the pocket on the outside. You need to, okay, so this is the interior lining I have here. Let me grab my exteriors. Okay, and this is the interior top, I believe. Yep. Good thing I have it all labeled because I would have forgotten. Okay, can you all see that? So this is the exterior, like middle panel piece. This cord is going to drive crazy. I don't know how to get it out of the camera shot. It's like annoying me. All right. This is the exterior middle panel piece. This is going to be the bottom, of course. So it's like 3 panels across. And then right here is where you're going to attach your strap. Well, hopefully that's not going to leave a mark a little bit. If you put stickers on your stuff, you should put it on the back of obviously the back of the vinyls, Katie. So the strap connectors attach like right here, basically. Okay, so can you all see that? Not too hard, right? So these are the strap connectors. This is the middle. So if you're doing the pocket, you're going to start with that. I am just going to go straight to step 5 on the exterior construction because I am not doing the pocket. All right. Okay. Christy says, yep, same thing. So if you are doing the pocket, people, it's easy to just do the pockets at the same time. Do the exterior pocket. And if you're doing the interior pocket, do that at the same time too. Thank you, Debbie. I think it's going to be pretty too. All right. I'm going to skip to step 5. Which is, it's like a lot of steps to skip if you're not doing, my goodness, I feel like that's like a half hour that I'm skipping if I'm not doing the pocket. Okay, step 5. I'm going to take these. So Christy, if I have 1.5-inch D-rings, if I want to use 1.5-inch D-rings, how wide should my connector straps be? So I'm not very good at math. If I fold, should they be 3 inches across then? If I'm folding in? Or should it be 1.5? I'm going to have to like cut new connector straps, and they might not even be the same color. So who knows? Okay. We're going to take, I guess I have to decide this now or never, huh? Maybe I can do, what do you all think? Do you think I should just sew it directly? I know I'm making you math. I'm so sorry. I am the worst. I know. I'm trying to figure out if I do, like, do I even have any more of this vinyl left? Or should I just, I know, who knew a difference would be so important, right? I think I can make it work if I do. Maybe I just don't I don't fold them in quite as far, and I just do the connector that way, right? Like I could just fold them in a little not quite to touching, still sew them, stitch them down, because they're going to fold over each on anyway. So who's going to know if it's all the way folded in all the way into the middle? Does that make sense? Let's do that. So we can at least get going. By the way, this tape dispenser from Wowak is pretty amazing. I'm kind of loving it. I mean, it's a little bit like cumbersome, but I don't know. I used to have a hard time unrolling, especially the really big rolls of tape from Wowak. And I still haven't tested my rotary blade sharpener. Let's see if I fold in maybe to just this line. I'm just figuring out math myself right now. I fold into here and here. That might work. Let's see. I mean, I think it's going to be good enough, right? We're going to try it. Okay. Oop. I know. I'm not good at mathing on the spot. So I'm just going to like kind of fudge it. It is what it is. And nobody is going to know. See, because even if it's not like, as long as those sides are sewn down, it's going to be, the strap connector is going to be like that, folded anyway. So I feel like you're not going to really see it, right? I need to get, I'm always in forever in a situation where I don't have enough hardware and I never have the right sizes. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. It's craziness. I don't even understand how it's possible, but I seem to always be out of the size and color that I need. And like, you know, of course I have everything else, but then I'm missing like one thing, and then thus nothing's going to match. This, I think, is going to work just fine, though. Nobody will be the wiser. Oh, boy. We have the windows. It's a nice day out here today. We're in Bend, Oregon, and it's a nice day. It's finally starting to feel like spring, which I feel like maybe I just jinxed us that I said that. But because it's a nice day, like during the winter when it's like cold, you know, and it's only like 30 degrees out, we have all of the houses closed up. And now the last few days have been really nice here, like in the 60s, which is hot for us. So we have all the windows open in the house, and we have a crazy cross breeze. So I just heard like it's like, it feels like there's ghosts that inhabit our house during the summer, because everything is like, all these doors are always slamming closed constantly. So that I just heard my bedroom door slam close. Okay, I have 4 of them folded over. We were technically supposed to do this part on Sunday too, and I didn't realize it until I think I just forgot about it. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to stitch up one side and down the other, and then I'm going to stitch the D ring on. Not the, no, what am I saying? Not the D ring, the rectangular ring on. And then there's all those. So I'm just going to go and stitch up one side and down the other, okay? And then I'm going to take my rectangular rings. That's a little bit big still, but whatever. Okay, and stitch them in place as well. Just a basting stitch to hold them there. All right, I'm going to switch over. I'm going to use Jane. See, Rainy say, hi. Hopefully Jane's been nice to me thus far today, so hopefully she stays nice. She's a cylinder art, but I have the table on her right now. It's stitching pretty so far. All right. Does Jane sound too loud for you all, or is it okay? I don't think the camera over here shouldn't be picking up any sound, so it should be okay, but ooh, she is doing really pretty stitching right now. She stitches really good on, you see that? No, maybe not. There you go. This vinyl, she does good stitches on this one. Well, I guess I should have just left them all together. I can chain stitch the other side. That's fine. Oh. All right, so who is stitching with me? Are you all doing your own project? Are you doing the Teagan Tote with me? Are you just here to be amused by my chaos? Oh, Debbie's stitching. Oh, good. Debbie, you're the Debbie that was sitting behind me at the retreat, right? I don't think I realized it was you when you won on Sunday. But then when I reached out to you on Instagram, I was like, wait a second. I know this Debbie. She sat behind me at the retreat at the Lindsay and Maid retreat. Okay. I just need to snip them apart. All right, and I need my rectangle rings. Hardly any sound. Good. It's because I have the speaker over behind me. So by my computer. So I was hoping that there wouldn't be any weird feedback. All right, I just need to do the. See, she's doing nice stitches today. Jane is on her A game. All right, I'm just going to get the rectangular rings now and just do a basting stitch to hold it together with the connectors. Easy peasy. Actually, I'll do the basting stitch just here at my Juki machine. Using the kit I bought at the retreat. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Which one is it? Is it the March kit? Or is it the floral kit, kind of the similar floral to what I'm using? Or is it like the pies? Which kit did you buy? Debbie's referring to, I'm calling them So Fab Mini kits, I think is what I'm calling them. Soap Fab Club mini pack. It's these. Right? So I took these to the retreat because there was like an hour-long vendor hour. But it was like, you know, we weren't going there to sell. We were going there, you know, to have a sewing retreat as vendors. So I wanted to take something that wasn't going to be too cumbersome. Like I wasn't, you know, vending for the whole weekend. So it was just a short thing. Anyway, so I put those kits together and they are, it's kind of like a little sampler pack of what I offer in the Fabulous Clubs, the subscriptions. So it includes 2 cotton woven fat quarters, a fat quarter of waterproof canvas, a 9 by 12 of printed vinyl, and then 2 9 by 12s of coordinating like solid vinyls. And then of course, 2 coordinating tags from Jade, Heartwood and Hide. All of it goes together. So it's kind of fun. Oh, Debbie, you're using the bright. So you're using the one from this month then, or not this month, March, but the same one is that I'm using. Yeah, they were kind of a hit, the mini packs. So I'm thinking about trying to offer them more. Okay, let's see. Don't feel bad. I haven't finished. Sherry hasn't finished cutting because I'm afraid I don't have enough materials. Oh no. You can always just kind of fudge it like I'm doing. Okay, Vonda, you're doing it, but you're doing the outside pockets. Are you doing 2 outside pockets or are you just doing 1 and then the panel piece? Let's see. And Misty, I'm actually still working on one computer and home computer is her enjoyment watching you. Aw. Nice. Well, it's a fun pattern. And like I said on Sunday, there's so many ways to customize it. Like, I mean, there's the goofy one looks like a completely different bag than, you know, the first one of these that I made, right? So it's totally fun. Jennifer just got back from spring break, so not sewing, watching while unpacking. Nice. Mary Lou, you're making the Teagan tote with the same floral that you're using from the kit. Oh, fun. Nice. Oh, and Vonda, you're doing 2 pockets. I like the 2 pockets option, right? There's like not really a front and a back then. All right, I'm going to base the rectangular rings down. I love my little Juki for just like the quick stuff like this. Jane gets to do most of like the pretty stitching. I feel like the Juki is a little bit of the Juki's like the behind the scenes sewing machine, right? Okay. So these are the D-rings are basted down. All right. So if you're not doing a pocket, step 5, you are going to measure in per the pattern from each side. Okay. And that's how we're going to be placing the D-rings. And I'm just going to use a Sharpie and make sure that I mark within the seam. It's kind of hard sometimes to like actually see where the mark is, right? I guess I could clip it too, but I can see that. That'll be fine. All right. Okay. And we're going to do the same on both, although I want to make sure. I feel like right side up on this is this way because these flowers, the stem is coming up. Okay. Well, this is going to be harder because it's, of course, a darker color. Okay. All right. And let's see. Christy says after you have those marks, we're going to baste our strap connectors. Okay, we're going to center the connector, and then we're going to baste it in place. And she says that she wants us, now see, I've already lost the mark. She wants us to leave about a 1-inch overhang. Okay. Which is why they're so long, right? So I'm actually going to move my pressing mat so I can use the cutting mat with the measurements below me. Okay. So we're going to, oh, now I've lost the thing again. There it is. Okay. So you're going to center the connector with that mark that we made. And I just centered it like right over the mark. And then I made sure that there's about 1 inch overhang. Let me do it to the other side. If I can find my mark. Oh gosh. It's getting away from me. Okay. About right. These look about even, right? I mean, the overhang looks about even-ish. All right. And then same. Uh-oh, somebody's alarm just went off outside. I didn't even know cars still had alarms. You remember, like, growing up, like, I feel like cars, like, that was, like, a big deal, right? And, like, when you heard, like, I felt like car alarms were always going off, like, all the time. I feel like nowadays that you don't really hear car alarms ever. Oh, my gosh. What was that in the 90s? What was that thing that you could use to lock your wheel, the steering wheel of your car? You remember what that was called? Oh my God, it had a specific name. I think my sister had one for her like crappy Nissan Sentra, which was like, who wants to steal that? Nobody. What was it called? I don't know. Can anybody remember? Bye, Christy. Thank you for coming. The club. That is what it was. The club. And it was like this huge red thing, and you like had to lock it around. How ridiculous. Christy, thank you so much and for joining and for the lovely pattern and for the giveaways. Okay, I'm just going to baste these into place on both of my middle pieces. The club. Yes. That was like such a 90s thing, right? All right. Next. Just one. There's two. Okay. Okay, those are basted on. You do that for both sides. Let me remember what next. Oh, okay. Easy peasy. Now we just are already ready to put on the top piece. So, oh, that's the exterior bottom. Not that piece. There we go. Okay. So the exterior top piece. We are going to put it right sides together with the middle piece. And we make sure the overhang is up here. what it's supposed to do. Oh, and make sure that these are, when I did this like with the goofy-esque tote, these kind of, the rings kind of almost flipped up. Just make sure that they're all the way down here so your needle doesn't go across them, right? Mine almost did that and I caught it. What are you guys all doing for Easter weekend? Anything fun? I think my children are still going to be expecting Easter baskets. I think we're almost past that, but not quite. Let's see. I need to move mine over a little bit. It's getting a little wonky. We have friends coming up right now from, like, actually right now they're driving from Napa. Friends that we actually, like one of my son's besties that he has known since he was 2 years old in preschool. And they are driving up right now because it's his spring break. And so they're going to stay with us this weekend. And we're going to do, and the fun stuff over the next few days. He has his kid has spring break, and then the friend has spring break. And then my kids have, 3 days off because it is conference week here. So we have to go to school conferences tomorrow, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens there. But other than that, it's just conferences one day and then you have a few days off otherwise. So that's kind of fun. It worked out well. And I think what we'll do, so they have this, we have a few different mountains close to us up here, like like snow skiing and whatnot, and snowboarding. And so I think on Saturday, there's it's like an end of the season, like celebration thing. And they have like one of the mountains that's close to us. It's kind of like the locals go to this one. It's called Hoodoo, HOODOO, Hoodoo. I don't know. Apparently I cut this one a little bit short, so we're going to just try to make it work. Anyway, they have like a bunch of end of the season, like fun events. So one of them is like this thing where like they dig out a hole at the bottom of the mountain, the base, and they fill it with water, I guess. And then it's like this contest to see how far like people can like get over, like they ski down or snowboard down, and then they hit the water and see how like far they can get, right? Without like falling in. It's a whole thing. Okay, now that I have this done, oh wait, here we have some pancake breakfast with Easter baskets and egg hunt for my grandkids. Aw, that sounds fun. 6, 4, and 14 months. Let's see. Marie is never too old. My son is 31 and I'm solid bunny of dirt. Yeah. My adult kids look forward to an egg hunt with money in the eggs or small glass of spirits. See, these friends that are coming up now, Earl, his name is the dad, and he started a tradition about putting money in the eggs, and now it's caught fire, as you could imagine. And so we put a $20 bill. Some of the eggs have like quarters and stuff, but then there's a $20 bill, a 10, a 5, and a 1. The $20 bill obviously is the golden egg. So it's always like a crazy hunt to see who's going to get it. I'm going to sew now along this line at the seam allowance she gave in the pattern. Okay. And then we're going to flip it up and top stitch. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So I saw this thing on Instagram the other day. It was like the best new way to hunt for eggs or something. And it was like a couple families, and they they taped a bunch of eggs to like the dads, and then it just said like ready go, and the dads just like took off running, and the kids had to like catch them and grab the eggs off of their shirts. It was pretty funny. We don't really have enough people, I don't think, to do that, but it's pretty funny. Okay, make sure when you're sewing that rectangular ring or square ring or whatever it is out of the way. I like to just stop and double check just in case, because a broken needle is never fun. I guess I can take the exterior sticker off, right? All right. Bye, Marie. Okay, so once that's done, you are going to flip it so these extra strap pieces are down. Okay. That. So seam allowance goes, seams go to the, I'm gonna have to work it a little bit, maybe use a like a roller. Okay. But it all should be going downwards towards the middle. Okay, and then we're gonna top stitch along the middle right there. Okay, so I've got to still attach this other one, but then I will be doing that. I feel like once the kids get to a certain age, they should make Easter baskets for the parents. I think that would be a good idea. Should like flip the other way around. I would like you to get an Easter basket again. All right, now I'm going to do the same to this one, right? So flip it. I'm going to roll the seams out a little bit too, because they get kind of grumpy sometimes, right? Okay, and don't worry that this is like flopping around. You're going to add either a row of stitching or a rivet to help that, so that the ring stays where it's supposed to be. Okay. So now we have this. This is the top of our bag. So you're just going to, after you make sure that these are flipped downwards, my interfacing's coming up a little bit. Okay. You're going to get that rectangular rings out of the way, and you're going to just do a top stitch right there. All right, I'm going to do that at my, Jane is going to do that for me. There's this one too. I'm going to roll it just a little bit. Okay, top stitching. Vonda, are you saying yes that we should get Easter baskets? Do you agree? Have you seen, oh my gosh, have you seen the adult version of the egg hunting that's with beer? That's funny. When my kids are adults, maybe we'll do that. You like hide, like you give them like a six pack, like that you can, you know, with the handles that you can carry. an empty 6-pack and you hide a bunch of different like craft beers around the yard, and that's how they go hunt for them and have to put them in their empty cages. It's pretty funny. We're not quite there yet. My children are only 10 and a half, and 13, so we can't do that. Maybe we could do it with juice boxes. All right, there's one pop stitched. Ooh, she pretty. She looking pretty already. Not a probe of friends and everything. We do not need any nesting happening today, at least. I don't have time for getting to be grumpy with me. Okay. There we go. Top stitched. I need my little scissors. Oh, they're right in front of me. Huh, my snips. I take them off my sewing machine and then so often forget to put them back, and then I have no idea where they've gone. They walk away. Okay, so now Christy said in her pattern that to make sure that these D-rings stay up, okay, we're going to add either a line of stitching, like just underneath here, or a rivet. Okay, I'm going to do rivets because I have my rivet press set up, and that's easy for me. And I'm going to do my rivet like in the middle, but like a 1/2 inch from the top of the middle panel. And I'm just putting a little dot so I know, because if I don't put a dot, there's no way I will get it in the same place. Even then, who knows? All right. Let's see what looks like the middle. Right there. Boop. Ish. Debbie says, we did that years ago for my adult kids. Craft beer for the drinkers and root beer for the non. Ooh, root beer is a good idea. That would be actually pretty funny. We could do like root beer and stuff. Now there's so many fun like soda type drinks, you know, that it might actually be fun to do that. All right. I'm going to grab Marge. Marge is my rivet friend. She's kind of in a precarious place in my office. So we're going to see how she does right here. This is Marge. She's kind of a beastie girl. All right. She's a cam press, an actual, yeah. But I got her from Canned Snaps themselves, and she's fantastic. She is. Marge is large and in charge. Man, look at that hole. Whew. She didn't mess around. All right. There's those. Okay. Let me change this out. Punched our holes. Aha, my check marks on my iPad. Was it not working on your computer? Or your phone? The chat might not work on a phone. It might not be like a big enough screen or something. Maybe that's why. Okay, where's my rivets? Did I actually pull rivets? I did. Look at me. See, kind of prepared sometimes. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I also just like the way that rivets look. They're all stuck to. I have like a little container, a container with all of my, like the hardware. It's just like a Dollar Tree container. But the problem is that everything sticks to the magnetic straps, right? So all of my, like the clips, the rivet pieces, everything is stuck to the snaps. Look at that jumble. Even the zipper pull. All right. Okay, I think I have enough. Okay. Jenna, are you still with us? Oh, April, you're not late. We'll be here for a while, trust me. I'm still thinking that I'm going to try not to go past 8 o'clock my time. So that's 2 more hours. We'll see where we're at. And if we need to do like one more sesh to just finish the bag up, because I want to be respectful of everybody's time and their sleep. It's hard to like do a sew along that works for every time zone. We love the denim. It's kind of like a navy blue. Does it look denim in the picture? It's a good one. Jenna, are you sewing anything? Or are you just hanging out? All right, there's one. Yeah, it's a pretty deep blue. I used it because I know there's black in the background, so you could do black in it too as an accent, but I wanted to kind of bring that blue in the flowers out. I thought it would be fun. Okay. There you go. So that's basically all we're doing with either the stitch line or the rivets, right? It's just there to hold those rectangular rings up. You're not stitching anything? I gave up on my sewing earlier today. Uh-oh. What happened? Maybe I should put it back on this rivet before I try to push it in. I was working on my 7mm putter and my brain hurt. Yeah, I get that. This is a lot, like I said at the beginning, this is a lot this week because it's subscription week for me. So it's when I say that, I mean like it's the week that I send all my subscriptions. So I'm in like various stages of chaos around here. But it is kind of nice because it's making me just like stop. And so, right? Otherwise, I would be like, you know, when I do subscriptions, like I stay up till way too late at night trying to get them all out. Pockets happened, or should I say didn't happen. Oh, bummer. Okay, so now if you're with me, you should be in some stages of this and have basically the top half of your front panel will be done. Okay, and now we're just going to, let me move the rivet. Marge needs to go back to her home. You can sleep for a little bit, Marge, and we'll be using her later. All right, now we're going to get the bottom, exterior bottom. And put all my little rivet pieces back so I don't lose them. Okay, exterior bottom, and we're going to attach it to our top piece. Easy peasy. We're also going to need to cut out squares if you just used the cut chart and you didn't use the pattern pieces. But we can do that after we attach it. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to look at the shoddy job I did on the, oh well, it's fine. On my interfacing. It was a rush job. All right, we are going to sew along this, only the bottom, okay? And then we're going to turn the seams, let me double check. I believe it's towards the bottom and do a top stitch. You're going to be amazed. The front of the bag comes together so quickly. Let's see, place together, stitch, flip the seam allowance towards the bottom and top stitch then. Okay, so first we do this. Oh, I guess I need it right sides together. Duh. Clip, clip, clip. We're clipping, we're clipping. I don't know how many clips you add on average to a project, to one project before you finish it. Like clipping, unclipping, clipping, unclipping. Like I'm doing right now. I didn't line it up properly. I should probably have clipped from the center out, huh? Like probably 1,000 times each project, right? And especially if you're dealing with like gussets and binding, good Lord. Okay. All right. Let's attach it. There's one. All right. So I'm going to take it and now flip it down. There it is. Okay. And the seam is going to go down towards the bottom of the bag. Okay, like that. And we're going to stitch, our top stitch is going to be on the bottom. Okay, on the base. All right. Pretty, pretty. All right, I'm going to use Jane again to stitch this top stitch. That's kind of her job, is top stitching. Come on, flip down. Oh, this one's being a little stubborn. There it is. Come. All right. Here it is. Now we top stitch. Okay, make sure you're catching that seam that you just flipped downward when you do the top stitching. Oh, it still wants to flip up on me. Ian from Money. From Money, see. Uh-oh. You made Jane mad. What are you mad about? You can keep going. Nope. Oh, Jane's angry. Ha! And here we go, guys. Let's see. I bet we have a nesting situation. All right. I just struck myself too. She doesn't look like she's nesting. What was she angry about? It's the bottom. Yeah, I think the bottom is wonky. Yeah, it looks like it's down here. Let's see if I can warn you. It looks like the bottom is a blue thing or something. So you know when you like have a bottom that doesn't wind tightly enough. Okay, move it past it. And we're gonna throw that on the front. You gotta talk nice to your machine. I don't know how she's been. Jane has been very good with it. Has a good attitude. I feel like we kind of went through, like, I don't know, toddler stage, maybe, where she was just kind of mean when I first saw her. You know, I feel like we kind of figured each other out, hoping that she doesn't end up going through a teenage phase. We're going through that with my son, and it's not fun for anyone. Not for anyone involved. The good thing. She better. Now, in that needed pew, the side, I think I'm going to just pull those stitches out and try to stitch directly over them. Because it's going to annoy me otherwise. And it wasn't very far in. Otherwise, I know I could like pull it through and like knot it off and then start again, but I feel like since it was only about a third of the way in anyway, it's not that. It's not going to cause me that much time. At least I'm not bleeding from when I poked myself. There's a little mark, but it's not bleeding. Bonus. Oh. Oh, good. Anybody else had to use their seam ripper yet? You can barely hear me. Is that because I was over at my other machine complaining? The mic is over here, which is probably why you could barely hear me when I was over there. And can you hear me now that I'm back? Yeah. When I'm at the industrial, my back is to you all, so that's probably why you can't hear me. I can try to move the mic a little closer, but it's only going to help so much because I can't get it all the way over to to where Jane is. Okay. I think that my husband just sent me a link about those mics that you can actually wear on your like shirt. He thinks that I should get one of those. All right, Missy. You good? Okay, I think we're back. Okay. Ooh. All right, so that's top stitched. Now I'm going to do the other one. Woo! Girl does do a good top stitch. I swear. I bought an industrial machine just so I could have a pretty top stitch. That's it. All right. Which sounds crazy, but I bet all of you can relate. You agree with Graham. Yeah. Yeah, he has like a really it's a wireless mic that he has seen on several different Instagram people. That is like supposed to be the best one or something. So I don't know. He said he was going to send it to me somewhere. But yeah. Okay. So that's basically the front. Okay. We now, according to the cut chart, we need to, if you use the cut chart and you didn't use the actual pattern pieces, you cut out the squares here in the corner. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Because look at, oops. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. You did not see that piece that came up. Yeah, it's going to be fine. I was just feeling on the other side to see if it. To see if you would like feel that on the other side, but they don't. So I'm not. Like it's not going to mess with the integrity of the bag. It's totally fine. Okay, there's that. Oh, this one did well though. Okay, so I'm going to cut my squares out. Then we are going to sew her up. We're going to do, I believe the next step is just putting these girls right sides together and sewing up the sides with the seam allowance from the pattern, boxing the corners, and then I think the front's done. Oh, no, you know what we need to do first? Sorry, we're going to sew her along the bottom. And then we have to sew the Peltex on, and do the purse feet if you chose to do purse feet, which I'm not going to do. Okay, so we're going to attach and then we are ready to sew along the top. Okay, so we're going to clip that, sew her just along the bottom, and then top stitch. Now, Christy said that you can just, after you sew, you know, along the bottom here to attach, you can just flip the seams to one side. I like to butterfly my seams out and then top stitch both, which if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you in a sec. Okay. I can hear my interfacing cracking a little bit when I. Okay, so we have this, they're attached now. So Christy said in the pattern, she said that you can just like choose a side to press the seam to. I like to do like do this, like press it, butterfly them out either way, and then top stitch. So that is what I'm going to do. If I could find my try to, not that this is going to do a ton, but I'm going to try to just press them out a little bit. Interfacing's coming up just a little bit. I should turn my iron on. Just before the live started, oh, you probably can't tell now. Yeah, I burnt myself on my iron. It stays hot for so long. Okay, so I'm going to take it over to Jane. I'm going to flip her over and then top stitch along both sides. Okay, so it's, you can see that's, okay, so I butterflied them out to either side, and I'm going to top stitch along each of those. And usually when I do this, I just have to like, you just kind of like feel as you go. So I have my underneath, I have my fingers underneath. Of course, you don't want to top stitch your finger, but you can kind of like help keep that seam butterflied out. Grab my friends. So, I'm just like underneath, like kind of holding it like with my finger to make sure that the seam stays the right direction. And then it kind of just like eventually goes that way because the rest of the seam is stitched down that way, so it kind of just falls in line. Other side. Okay, now after this, we're going to sew our rectangle of stabilizer in the bottom. And if you like, whoa, I'm going to knock everything down. Okay, now we're gonna we need to sew in the stabilizer to the bottom. If you want to do purse feet, now's the time to do that too. I am not doing purse feet. Okay, pretty though, right? So far. So that's the top stitch. So I top stitch on both sides, and the seam. See, it's butterflied out to each side. All right. Whoa! What just that? Oh, it's just my scissor. I got so much stuff happening everywhere. I never enough space. Right. All right. All right. Now I need to find. Oh, there it is. So I'm using Decaville Heavy, which isn't giving it a ton of stability, just a little bit. It's fine. And this is actually an iron-on. But what I'm going to do is center it. Okay. And then I'm going to press it on. And then I'm just going to sew along, top stitch basically the outside. Okay. In place. Stepped probably off camera. Yeah. But I'm just attaching the Decaville. Okay. That's on, and I'm just going to sew around the outside of the rectangle. So it stays. And on this one, I'm probably going to leave, I think I'm going to leave my threads long so that I can pull them through and knot them. And then burn the ends, because this is technically going to be the top stitch on the bottom, right? I just got a text that from the middle school, because conferences are supposed to be happening right now. Of course, we're not going today because I had to sew along. Anyway, it says that there's all of conferences are canceled tonight due to a strong gas odor at middle school. So good thing I hadn't planned on it. And we're supposed to say they're going to keep us posted on conferences tomorrow. So maybe conferences aren't even happening. Boy, space is getting tight. Okay. So I stitched that on. Now I'm going to take these long pieces and pull them through. I like using, it's the other reason I like using the industrial for the top stitching. The thread is so much thicker, it makes it so much easier to pull those through. Now that I said that, I'm going to have a hard time getting this one out. She's just twisted. There it is. Okay. So now, see, it's cleaner on that side because there's no stitches. There's no loose stitches, and you don't have to then top stitch or back stitch, sorry. And you're done there, but yeah. I feel like once every I don't know, few months, I burn myself pretty good. I just didn't think yeah, after a while the iron turns off, but apparently it wasn't long enough and I just got too close to it. There were a few expletives that were said. All right. There she is. There she blows. All right, so now that we have our entire front piece, we're going to put right sides together, right? And maybe I should close the lighter and put my scissor back. All right, so we're going to clip the sides. Okay, and so I'm going to, I always like to match like the panels up so that I know it's not going to look wonky. Right, so match the panels up first and clip those, and then clip the rest. So that when you sew it all together, the panels match up precisely, or close enough at least, right? Okay, clip, 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 clip. Okay, one side's clipped. I'm not worrying about the box corners yet. We'll do those after we sew the sides up. Oh, gosh, you know what? Before you clip the sides up, make sure you sew a tag on. If you want to have a tag on the front, we should probably do that, huh? We can't not have a tag. First time using the drop-down stitch guide on my Thor. Why haven't I done this before? Drop-down stitch guide? Do you mean the lines on the table? Maybe I've not done it before. Add your tags. Don't forget to add your tag. I forgot to do it on the freaking goofy tote. I need to do it before I stitch the whole thing up, obviously. What tag was I adding on this one? Oh, I think I was adding this tag. All right, so I'm unclipping it. I'm going to add my tag. Oops. That was almost bad, y'all. Did you see though? I posted like tips and I sent an email about it this week too. But at the retreat last week, I think this is going to be the front. At the retreat last week, I learned some stuff, and one of them was about tags. Did anybody see that? It's about what to do if you've forgotten your tag, that you can stitch it up completely separately and technically either glue it on at the end or just do tiny little stitches. Oh, you wouldn't use that yet? The seam? Yeah. The stitch. Yeah. You have to push down the lever to move it. Am I talking about, maybe I'm talking about a different thing than you are, Fonda. So I don't remember how high. Let me see how high I put my, roughly on this, because I used, this is almost a square. Almost. Let's see. I'm going to measure from up from here on the bag I made, because it's pretty good in the middle. So I put it about a 1/2 inch up from the seam. So a 1/2 inch up from this panel, if you're looking how to put it. Woo! Here's the bag. Okay. So maybe though, should we do it just alone? And now I feel like, now that Jade has us doing those the backings for these things, I feel like I need to do it on all of them. She's influencing me. Where's all of my extra? I need to find an extra piece of purple though. Right? Don't you think? Yes. Yes, I think. All right. I'm going to just cut, and then I'll cut it down. And I have her badge backing. Where did I put them? Oh, I think I put them on the back of my hold, please. Oh no, they're the wrong sizing. Never mind. Have you guys seen these though? So badge backing template. Jade from Heartwood and Hide has these now, so that you can exactly match up. So she gave me ones. These are the size of my business tags. So it's not going to work for my purposes today, but she has these available to make your life a little less hard when you're adding a background to your tag, like I want to do right now. So you don't have to do it all just by sight, right? Which I'm going to attempt. So we'll see how this goes. I just want a very little outline. Yeah, that's cute. I think there's dogs waiting outside my door for me. They're sad. They don't understand when I don't let them in. Okay, see? Okay, so I'm going to just put that. right. Whew. Okay. So I'm just going to center that like about a 1/2 inch and stitch it on. I'm going to just stitch directly onto the white tag around. Whoop. If I can get the tape off. Okay. Oh, thank you, Vonda. I took a picture of it. I'll try to look at it in a minute. Okay, so I'm going a 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch up. Maybe a little less actually, because this is like a slightly bigger tag. Maybe like right there. What do we think? Good? I feel like it needs to be a little closer down. Just because with the... All right, good enough? Does this look wonky? I feel like I need to trim it. It's going to drive me crazy. Okay. There's just a teeny little like piece that's like kind of veering to the... Okay. Let's see if that's right. That's better. Right? Good? We like? We like. It's good enough. All right. I'm actually going to be extra and I'm going to change my thread because I don't want it to have like navy thread, I don't think, on the tag. I want to have like a beige. So it's going to take me a sec. Sorry, not sorry. I'm just going to do it on the Juki though. It'll be fast. It's like one of those things where it's like, if I don't do it, it's always going to irritate me. So I should just take the extra 2 minutes, right? I think that's what I'm learning in my later in life sewing journey. I think when I was younger, I just tried to be like, whatever, and just rush through everything. And now I've learned to actually fix it if needed and do it the way I like it, because I know that it'll make me angry. It'll just bother me otherwise. If this is cassette, this is cassette is good. Okay. Ooh, let me get I need a long thread so I can tie it off. Come on. There it is. Maybe? Come on. Okay. Now I'm going to sew her on. Actually, I'm going to test it first so I don't jack up since I've switched threads, right? I don't want to mess up my project. Perfecto. Okay. Here we go. Did I save anybody else from not showing on their tag and forgetting? Of course, now my bobbin is too short. Come on. Because I tested my thread, then of course I cut it, and then I used the foot pedal to cut it. So now I have to get new thread tails. Okay. This, of course, would have been a little bit easier if Katie had done it earlier. But at least I didn't completely forget like I did on the goofy bag. We're just going to refer to that as the goofy bag. Ooh, I like the pearliness of this tag. There's like a pearlescent. It's really pretty. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. It's getting a little tangled. Worked. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the threads through just like I did a second ago. Isn't that pretty? Can you tell it's like all pearlescent? Okay. And its only thing is it's a little hard to see because it's on white. Nope, I got one. Okay. There's three. Come on, where are you? It's gonna be. Ah, there, found it. I think maybe not. Nope, I did not find it. She is right. Where are you? I must have gotten like tangled in or something. Maybe I'll just tie these three off and let them real fast. Where is she? How weird. Okay, I'm going to tie these off. If I wasn't doing a live, I'd probably take more time to find that missing one, but it's fine. These ones should be still good enough holding it in place. Okay. Tag is on. Ta-da! Okay, now we're going to clip up the sides. How is everybody doing on timing? Hi. The Sparrow's Nest. So what is your name, the Sparrow's Nest? What is your actual name, not on YouTube? Earl and Ethan? Do you think you could bring me a spindrift? Okay. Okay. Just do like pizza or something. Why? Oh. Okay, do burritos. Okay, well, I would just do like my usual, I guess. Okay, can you have Maisie or you bring me a spindrift from the garage? So our friends are going to be here any minute. Don't know that he wants to be on camera though, so I might just have to yell to him outside outside my window. How is everybody doing on time? It's 10 there in Florida, yeah. I know it's 7 here in Oregon. Does everybody feel good about doing another hour and then kind of assessing where we are? Are you getting tired in Florida? And remind me before we are done that I have to do the prize. I can't leave you all hanging without the prize. They're good prizes. Not tired yet. Marie's not tired. You're pooped in the Midwest, Sandy. Has it just been a long week? In the Midwest, is it 9 in the Midwest? I can never keep track of like where the time change. Like I can keep track of West Coast and East Coast, and that's pretty much it. Central time, Mountain time, it all confuses me. Cynthia says, let's finish this bag. Cynthia, that's because you're in California, girl. Well, we'll go for at least an hour. Yes, it is 9. Okay. Philip, what are you doing? Phil snuck in when my husband opened the door. Okay, so now I have this baby all clipped up. Lots of clips. I'm a clip heavy. But I want to have good, I want the panel to match up. So I'm going to just stitch at what the seam allowance she gives us. I'm going to stitch up both sides. Okay, and then we're going to box the corners. And then the outside will be done. Oh, it wasn't Philip. It was Wanda who snuck in. Did you get your ball? Oh, I guess I should hold up. Katie needs to change the thread back. Up at 5 a.m. for the plumber. Ew. Oh, that sounds terrible. No water all day. Ay. Cynthia, I didn't even realize you were on. Did I? Did you just jump on or have you been on the whole time? And maybe I just missed it. Okay. Changing the thread. Changing the thread. Okay. Back to navy. I suppose I could just do a cop out and use actual webbing too. Not make my own straps, right? Oh my gosh, if I cannot thread this freaking machine. That's the one thing I was never able to do. I have a Juki Haruka and it has a automatic threader, but I swear it is never, I never quite like got it. Thank you. Oh, you didn't have to bring me a cup, but thank you. One that came back in for a bowl. They're okay. They're going to bark. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you just jumped on. Shy newbie for now. Sandy, you've been here. Oh, no, I was talking about Cynthia. Cynthia is one of my makers. She like tests stuff for me and makes some of the fabulous patterns that I recommend that I don't have time to make. And she does a wonderful job. And she has the best model ever for the things she makes. Okay, I'm actually sewing this bag now that I changed the thread back to navy. Well, Sandy, even though you're a shy newbie, I'm glad you're here. Uh-oh, I left my stitch length a little bit long. So I might go over it one more time. I left my stitch length the same length as I had it for the tag. So I'm going to go over that side one more time. I don't think it would give out or anything, but better to be safe, right? Better to be safe than sorry. Okay. There's one side. So what do you all think? Do you like the format? Like, first of all, do you like doing these sew-alongs for the recommended pattern? Do we think is it gonna help you like too? Because it's like a scheduled thing that we like, an event that we come to together so that we make sure that we get time to sew and use the stuff. I know it's gonna help me. Because it, it forces me to actually do it. But is it helping? Do you like doing it? Do you like doing the format like in 2 different sessions where we like prep the bag the first session and sew it in the second session? Thank you, Cynthia. Cynthia says I'm sweet. All right, now I'm boxing the corners. So I don't know if you all know how to do this, but basically you're going to match, you're going to pinch it together and match the seams up right here. So like this. And usually if you pull out a little bit, it helps flatten it. So that, I'm going to butterfly this seam too and match it up like that. And first I like to clip at where the seams match up and then clip outwards. Like that. You like the sew along, Debbie? Marie, yes and yes. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to do these like, I'm going to try to do them once a month. Probably the month after the club. So like I'm shipping the garden party club this week in April. So if April it ships, then the sew along will be the next month in May. Woo! Cut it twice. I think it's nice to just have something like this because maybe it gets you to try a new pattern that you might not do otherwise, right? Even though it's like recommended, sometimes you just don't want to try something new by yourself, right? And then also, it kind of like forces us to set aside the time, which I think a lot of that sometimes we take our own time for granted, right? And so, I mean, I know with me, you know, since it's my small business, so you'd think that I'd have like, I certainly have enough product around me, but there's always so much like other stuff to do that sewing is always last. Even though it seems like it would be more towards the front of priorities, right? It's always last. And so I rarely, like, unless I'm like making a gift for somebody, and even then, sometimes it doesn't happen. So I think it's nice because it's twofold. Maybe we try something new and it makes us set the time aside. And it's social too. It's a nice social thing. Like we can't, you know, we're from so many different places on this planet. So it's kind of nice to be able to meet too, right? So when I do the box corners, I did, you know, the outside line right here, or this one right here, is the seam allowance. And then I always do another line just to like give it a little extra strength. I feel like I'm an over stitcher and an over taper. So if you've ever gotten a box from me, I really tape those things good. But I think I'm an over stitcher too. Okay, so now that we're done with the box corners, we're going to turn it in right side out, and we're done with the outside. Except Katie, because Katie didn't actually do her the straps, of course, I told you at the beginning. So, because it's the wrong size. So I might just be doing the straps after. Like afterwards is my last thing. I don't know. Oh, it's cute. Hi, Earl. I'm going to say hi out the window. Hi, boys. I am, but I said I was going to say hi. Hi. Did you get a new car again? Yes, you did. It's pretty. Okay. Okay, y'all. Look at this. Oh, I think she's so cute. Okay, I love it. She's cute, right? I like it with navy too. She's pretty. Look at. And the stitching. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Yes, it's something to look forward to. So Debbie, usually the following week after the clubs ship. So yeah, I'm shipping this week. I'm hoping to ship tomorrow and Friday, which I should be able to do. Then after I shipped all of my club members, anybody that's like recently joined or is on the wait list, I'm going to reach out to them and see if they want any of the extra packs from the clubs. And then after that, I will post retail. Okay. So the outside is done. Now we're going to the inside and we're going to do the lining. I'm going to put her aside. We're going to do, actually here, I'm going to put her in front of my butt. There, you can look at her instead of my big booty. We're going to do the zipper pocket. the pocket sees. Okay. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's right. I did do the pocket. I was just thinking I did on this one. I did do the little panel pocket too, like the front side. So this is the first. Is it right side up? Yes. Okay. So we're going to center the zipper overlay. So grab your zipper overlay. Mine. I forgot to take the sticker off. Oh, it didn't leave a mark on that one. You know what I'm going to do first is I'm going to singe just a little bit to get the fuzzies on the, because it's a, it is a vinyl overlay. So I'm going to just singe a little bit of it to get the fuzzies off and seal it a little bit. Unless I'm out of, no, I'm not. All right, I think that's good enough. Okay, there's that. So you center your zipper overlay. It's going to be 2 inches down from the center. So I'm going to mark the center. I should have done this. I think this was in the beginning of the instructions, which I did not do. But I'm going to mark the center. I'm going 2 inches down. So let's see. I like to line it up on my board. And then go, let's see, this is a 2.5 inch. So there's the center. Whoop. Okay. And I'm going to add some sticky to it. And first we're going to stitch along the outside edge. So I'm going to put the stickiness just on the inside of where I'll probably be stitching. Just so it doesn't gum up my needle any more than it needs to. Oh, and then also, y'all, if you're going to add an inside tag, this is a good time to do that as well. So you can just add it right under the overlay. And I think we picked out tags the other day, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this down first, though. Looks a bit about even, right? Okay. That down first. Where is the sticker? I think I'm using this one. You look really pretty today. And I like to put it right on the ends, like lined up with where the zipper's going to go. I like this tag. Okay. There it is. Okay. So now we're just going to stitch around the outer edge of that. Okay. I'm going to do it on Jane again. Okay. Even though it's navy thread, it's okay. It's on the inside. And I'm going to leave my tails long, and I'm going to try to do the same thing that I did where I pulled them through. Okay. All right, almost there. Okay. Ooh, this just tripped. All right, so I'm going to pull those through, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, there's one. There's my. Okay. Where's the other? Maybe. Hopefully. Yes. Yes, we got them. Okay, I'm going to tie these off and singe them. I've never done an overlay and you're making it look pretty easy. Oh, Debbie, get on the overlay train. Zipper overlays are the way to go. I swear, it is the only way I want to do an internal zipper pocket anymore. Like, I kind of refuse to do it any other way. It looks so pretty and it's so easy to add tags. And there's so many, like, there's a lot of people now who there's like different customizable overlay options that you can like cut out on your Cricut and whatnot. Like, there's like fun shapes that people have. It's really fun. Look it, isn't that cute? It's so much better than having to like push the lining pocket through, and I hated all that. All right, we're going to cut. I like to do just a little slit. Okay. And then we're just going to cut it out. See, that's why we didn't put sticky tape along the edge right there. We're just going to cut around on the inside so that this piece is open when you look through it. Okay. I'm going to get my little Ginger scissors because they are pretty precise. These are still my favorite teeny tiny scissors. They're just Gingers that I've had for a long time. Like, I've had them before my Kais, and I really like Kais, but for like little precision cutting, I love my Gingers still. Okay, just make sure that you're obviously not cutting through the top, the overlay top, right? Okay. Yep. And okay. There we go, right? So now you've just got like an open, like a mail slot, right? Like a mailbox slot. Okay, so now we need to grab our zipper and pocket lining. So here's my pocket lining. There's my zipper, or my zipper tape rather. And my zipper is over here. If you haven't, I mean, I guess you could put the zipper on afterwards if you wanted to. That would be fine. If I make this a little long, I did, which is good. I always like to have, when I'm doing these, if you have the zipper longer, you can always cut it down, but it kind of makes it easier to have it like not exactly the length of the overlay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just, yeah, I'll add my zipper pull, I guess, at the after I have them have it stitched to the lining. Okay, so this is counterintuitive because it doesn't seem like, and I always have to think about it. I'm going to have to think about it right now because it always doesn't seem like I'm doing it right. But you're going to put the lining pieces right side up. Okay, line up the top edge also of your zipper, also right side up, which doesn't seem right, right? Because usually you would like do it right sides together, but for in this case, it's totally correct. Okay, and we're just going to baste it to the, we're going to baste them together. Right? Okay, so we're just going to baste along the top edge right there. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side too. Okay. Okay, I did one side. Now take the other piece. You're going to do that one too. Line up the sides, okay, because this is going to be the pocket that we're sewing together. So make sure that these are lined up, okay? So basically what we're doing is, you know, this is going to be the side that you see, right? And then it's going to drop in to the middle. So you want the right sides to be on the inside in this case. And if you don't, if it's like hard to follow, Lauren Mormino has a really good tutorial. It's like a free little, like, I don't know, 15-minute or something tutorial on how to do the overlays. And it's like if I, for some reason, like don't remember how to do it, I go and look at her tutorial. Because it's very easy the way she shows it. Okay, so now we should have this, right? Okay, so there's the inside of the pocket. There's the outside of the pocket. Now we're just going to add our zipper pull. And, yep, and then some double stick tape so that we can tape it in place. So add your zipper pull now. Where is my zipper pull? Oh, where is said zipper pull? Oh, that's not right at all. Was it supposed to be right coil on top or something like that? First time I did it was a little wonky. I think that's better. Okay. So usually you want your zipper pull opening to the right. So just depending. Okay, so I'm going to, pocket is going to be like this, right? Because it's opening to the right. Okay. If you want, let me see how long my pocket is. I might actually stitch down like right here at the end of the zipper, and then I can actually pull the zipper as far down to the end as I can when I stitch the pocket onto the overlay. And if I, close that, if I just add a stitch line right there, that ensures that my zipper isn't going to go falling off the end. See? Just a little stitch line so it doesn't go falling. Okay, so now we're going to add a strip of tape. Usually I like to use the thinner tape for this. I have an 1/8 inch here, if I can grab it. 1/8 inch. See who I'm doing. Good. I'm glad you're learning a lot, Sandy. I hope it's helpful. Oh, this hyper stick stuff. If you need, it is stinky. However, it is really sticky. It's stinky and sticky. But it's from Wowak. It's the hyper stick one. I think it's the leather basting tape. Ooh. I mean, like I said, it stinks, but man, it's good stuff. You can get past the sticky smell. Sticky and stinky. Okay, so I'm doing, does she want us to do it? So I think I'm gonna open my pocket pieces, sorry. I'm just thinking the way I like to do it. There's a lot of different ways to do these too. So after you do some, you kind of like figure out how you like to do them, and then you can go from there. She wants you to only be okay. So we're gonna do double stick tape on both sides. Okay. Hold on, now I need to get a food order. I wish I just had the menu. Okay. I'm gonna look up the menu. Okay, Axel's Taco Shop bed. Okay. Okay. Whoa. See if they want to go. Their website's a lot. No, I don't want to call. No, I don't want to call. I just want to order. Sorry, you all. I'm trying to find our. Oh my gosh. I just want the menu. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to look. We're getting food from a taco shop here in town because our guests just arrived and they hadn't eaten. But my husband wants to know what I want. And of course, it's kind of a newish taco shop, and I don't know offhand what I want. I want a plate, I think, but it's rather difficult. And their website is, oh my gosh, just show me oh my gosh, their website has a lot of stuff. I'm only to burritos. Oh, combination plate. That's what I want. I just want, there's like a chili relleno combination plate. Sorry, am I making you guys hungry? Chili relleno cheese enchilada. I think that's what I want. And I want a chicken taco. Okay. Let's see. Let me just text this and then we'll finish this silly pocket. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. Here we are. So we're going to take, let's see. Christy just wants us on the pattern. She just wants us to push both lining pieces to the top, remove only double-sided tape along the bottom. I think she's going to have us pull and then flip. I mean, let's just do it. We'll do it like she has in the pattern. Okay, so we're going to take only, see, I feel like I did this wrong on the actual, when I did it though. Let me just read real quick. Lay the overlay on top of your zipper, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Make sure both lining pieces are so pushed up out of the way. Leave it in the bottom of the zipper box only. Oh, okay. So she's doing it, I think, like we did it at the retreat. I feel like I'm going to do it where we kind of like pull. So the way she has it in the pattern is you make sure to both. So you're going to stitch just along the bottom. So you're going to take the bottom piece of tape off, right? The strip off. You're going to make sure the pot it's flipped up like this. Okay, make sure it's flipped up like this. Take the bottom piece off, and then center your pocket. Okay, then she wants you to stitch only, like leave your ends long. Okay, and then she's going to have you stitch just a line along the bottom, and then you're going to pull the threads to the back side, knot and trim them like I've been doing. Finger press both lining pieces down. Yeah, so, and then she's going to have you flip these downwards and then sew up, over, and here, but these are going to be now flipped down sides. So we can do it this way. You just have to tie off this way twice. I believe the way Lauren has you do it in the Mormino tutorial, I think she has you stitch around the entire box just once. She might have you, I think the way Lauren does it is she has you put it like this. And then center your piece over it. You take all the tape off. She puts it like this. You sew along the entire box, and then you sew it down together. Okay, we're going to do it this way. And flip it up. And we're going to center it-ish. There's a lot of ish happening. Okay. I feel like it moved just a little bit. It's okay. Good enough. Okay, so now I'm just going to stitch one line, leaving the tail's ends long at the start and the end. Okay, and make sure that you're stitching with the lining pieces facing up. Otherwise, you'll kind of enclose the whole pocket. Okay, that makes sense. And I just moved my zipper, like I left my zipper a little bit long so that I just kind of moved it out of the way, and then I can pull it back in a sec. Zipper out of the way. Okay, now make sure, okay, ends are long. I'm going to clip them. And then I'm going to bring it back and tie it. Good, I had a little bit of looping right there, but I think I can pull that through just fine. Oh, I know. All right. I don't know why. Sometimes it just loops a little bit. Luckily, it was at the beginning, so I can just kind of pull it. See? See? I just kind of pulled it through. All right, so pull the end through that you just got. Of the stitch line. Okay, tie that off and knot it on both sides. Right, so and then we're going to singe it real quick. Oh, they're not the sharpest scissors. There's the other end. Okay. Just a little singe. Okay, now here's something that's important. Make sure if you've pulled the zipper out of the way, make sure that you pull it in. Otherwise, you're going to stitch it. Okay, I've done it before, and I'm sure I will do it again. Okay, make sure you pull that zipper in. Okay, now flip your pocket down. Okay, so now it's facing downward. Okay, and look at mine's a little bit wonky, which is totally, oh, well, I guess if once we pull it, it'll be fine. Okay, but it's totally fine. It's an inside pocket. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's the wiser. Okay, so make sure it's flipped down. Then we are going to take off our other handy dandy tape. Okay, and then all we're doing is stitching up, over, down. Again, leave your threads long. Okay, we're doing that, and then we'll knot it just like I did. Very important to make sure this lining is pulled downward. Okay, all right. Oh, come on, long thread. Oh, for goodness sakes. I think my nails are too long. I can't grab the... Ah. Okay. There it is. Yikes. Okay. Flipped down. Okay. Here we go. You can kind of move your zipper out of the way as you go. I should have gotten one more extra stitch, but that's okay. I'll survive it. Oh, look it looped again. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll have to kind of fix it a little bit and pull it through. Okay, while I'm doing that, if you've done this part, so now you should have, right, a pocket. Okay, now you are going to, after you pull those threads through and singe them, you can trim. These pockets are going to be uneven, which is totally fine. Okay, one will be longer, so you can trim them to where they're even. And see, mine's stitched a little wonky. It's totally fine. Okay, trim them off. Okay, and then you're going to sew. Let's see. Wait, we are turning it through. Let me just double check and remember. I believe we're turning it through the pocket. Where did she say? Yeah, we are turning even. Do not sew the bottom. So you're going to trim this, okay? Sew the sides up, but do not sew across the bottom. That's how we're going to turn the bag out when we're done, okay? So that's where you are if you're not fixing stitches like I am. I'm just going to kind of pull these through like I did before so they're not so unsightly. I don't know why it's doing that. Weird. Sometimes, Jane. Sometimes. She likes to remind me who's in charge. That's what it is. Did that make sense what I said about the pocket? Debbie says no worries. How about we do the giveaway like 15 minutes? If I will post the link again too. Just let me fix these stitches. So weird that she all of a sudden started doing this just on the pocket. All right, see, fixed. It's good enough. I'll post let me just do this, singe the ends and everything. I will, I'll post the link if you haven't signed up for the giveaway. So the giveaway is happening in 15 minutes. We will do it at what, 7, what does that put us at? 7:57 my time. And it is a good giveaway. So Christy is super generous. She is giving us 2 winners will receive a pattern of your choice from the Stitches by Christy website. Okay. And a grand prize winner will receive 5 pattern downloads. I can't even believe she's doing that. It's amazing. 5 pattern downloads, okay, from her website. So crazy. So amazing. Oop. Oopsie. Okay. Let me singe it. Careful if you're using my poly waterproof canvas. It's flammable. Okay. Now you should have this looks like this, and we're going to sew. I'm going to trim this up since I don't know what happened to my pocket here, but clearly it got a bit bulky. It's fine because it's in the insides and nobody's going to know. I'm just going to trim up the bottom so they're even. And then she has us pretty. Okay. She's going to have us sew up the sides. But when you sew up the sides, she says to fold up the bottom edges of the lining pieces to 1/4 inch to the wrong side, because it will give you, when we turn the bag and have to close it, it'll help us. So what I did the other day when I did this is I just had like a little piece of tape. And I just folded it up. A little piece of tape right here. Just to help hold it in place. You totally don't have to. Or if you're using cotton woven, like, you can easily just iron it, which I could do too, but I feel like with the poly waterproof canvas, sometimes it doesn't hold quite as well just when I'm ironing. So, and that's what the inside, I totally didn't trim it. Oh, that's fine. I'm going to fold it up like that, so it'll be even when it's stitched. Oh, like I said, doesn't matter if the inside pocket, nobody's going to know what it looks like on the inside, right? As long as it's functional, it's fine. Don't stress out about things like the inside pocket. I'm going to singe this a little. So it's poly waterproof canvas, so these ends that are pissing me off, singe worthy. Come on, stick. There it is. So I'm just going to make it so it's roughly going to be even when it's all stitched together. Now remember, you don't want to stitch. Don't stitch the bottom or else you won't be able to turn it. Okay, I'm going to take this and just stitch. I'm going to just do it on my Juki too, because it'll be fast. Okay, and when you stitch, make sure that you are like stitching, like it's lying down like a pocket when you stitch it. Can anybody hear my dryer going off? It has the very long jingle that it plays. Usually I like to give an extra like stitch over the teeth too of the zipper, just to give it some extra strength. And then you can always trim it after you're done stitching the pocket. If you want, you can always trim the pocket, which I'm going to do because mine's a bit wonky. Except where's the scissor? Oh, there it is. See, my pocket was off center. So I'm going to trim it just a little bit. Again, nobody's gonna know. And you can trim the zipper if you want and singe the ends of it if you want. Okay, there she blows. Okay. See, nobody's going to know any of it. You saw nothing. Okay, there she is. So that is, I think that's one side. We're just done with it. Yep. And now what we're going to do is the other side, which is put together exactly like the front pocket. Okay. You couldn't hear what? Because you are live. Yeah, no kidding. All the problems happen when you're live. Marie, what couldn't you hear? And let me repost the link to the giveaway. Oh, the dryer. Yeah. The washer and the dryer, they have like super long songs that they play. It's because I have this door closed and I think the room to the washing machine is closed. I mean, I could still hear it, but all right. If you haven't signed up for the giveaway, you should do so. I'm going to check how many signups we have. We only have 11 signups. Oh my goodness. Okay. You all like should sign up right now. With 11 signups. That is like great odds, but there's 5 patterns up for grabs. So go to that link if you haven't signed up yet. Okay. That's one side. Let's get to, and I mean, I'm good. My husband just left to pick up my kid and to get food. So I'm good to keep going. We'll still call a prize in like 6 minutes, 7 minutes. I'm good to keep going until he gets home with food, if that's okay with everyone. We can do this pocket. And then we can decide what we want to do. All right, so we're going to take our pocket lining. This is the other place where Christy said that you could put your tag if you want to. You're going to take your pocket lining, okay, for the inside. For the, lining for your pocket. I don't know. Your lining pocket. It's hard to say because it's like, the terms are confusing. You're going to fold it in half, right sides together. This is exactly how we did it on the front side. Okay, you're going to fold it right sides together. You're going to sew it at the seam allowance she gives you. Okay. It's such a cute way, I think, to do like a pocket. Like I will admit, I was very unsure about it. And I actually had to watch the tutorial from Beth from Sew Country because I was like, I honestly don't know what the heck she's talking about. Like, I do not get it. But I watched a tutorial from Beth. Beth is very good. She, it was like, oh, that totally makes sense now. So I get it. Okay, so what you're going to do now is my iron on? Nope. Goes off after a while. Okay. So we sewed it together. We're going to turn it right side out. Okay. And then we're going to roll it. I mean, if you're not using like, if you're using canvas or if you're using cotton woven, you can certainly press it if you want. But you're going to take this seam, and normally we would like hide the seam. We're not going to do that. We're actually going to roll it down, okay? So that there's like an inch overhang. So I don't know if you can see. The seam is right here. So I kind of like just moved the seam down an inch from the top. Okay? And that's where the seam is going to live. Okay? And we're going to top stitch right here beneath the seam. Okay? And then that's why she said if you wanted to add your tag, you could have also added, if you didn't add it, when we did the overlay, or if you want to do another tag, you could have sewn it in right here and it would have then hung down at the pocket, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to go for it because my iron isn't hot yet. So I'm going to top stitch right here. Okay. Yeah, top stitch along the seam. You can also, she gives you the option to, I'm going to just top stitch with my Juki. She gives you the option to top stitch along the top too, which I'm going to do. So just under the seam, and then I'm going to top stitch along the top, just because I think it gives a nice finished edge. Okay. Then we're going to take our accent piece for the pocket, which this is mine. Okay. And let's see, this is the only part that's a little bit different of just the placement, basically. Let's see, measure down 2 inches and place your pocket. Okay. So we're going to measure down. And it's just because of how like the lining, the measurements of the lining. We're going to attach our pocket. Oh, the gas situation at the middle school has been resolved, people. We just got a text. Okay, and we're going to sew it along here. We are going to sew, measure down here, we're going to top stitch in the bottom and base, both sides. So we're going to sew down both sides. We're going to top stitch along the bottom to close the pocket. Okay, so base down the sides, top stitch around the top, or around the bottom rather. Okay, almost there. I think this is a really cute way to add an inside pocket. You could really do this to like any bag. Okay, so that's the pocket accent. Okay. All right. Now we're going to take the sides, side sections, right sides together, and we're just going to sew them on to what we just did. So take this. Now we're going to end up cutting squares like we did on the bottom pieces of the exterior. We don't have to do that. You don't have to do that until we're done stitching these down. Okay, so right sides together, and we're just sewing at the seam allowance that she gives in the pattern, which I believe is the same pretty much throughout the entire pattern. Okay. And then again, after we sew these sides on, we're going to top stitch them. There's one side flipped out. Got a little thread hanging. Okay, you're going to flip it out again, like we did on the outside. You're going to top stitch along here. I'm going to sew this on first, and then I'm going to top stitch both at the same time. And then we are going to attach the top panel. After this, we're like so close, y'all. So close. Am I ready to do my, oh, it's 7:58. I need to do the drawing. Okay. Let me finish this piece and then I'll do it. Okay. So we're at a stopping place. Okay. So I'm going to flip these out, okay, so that the seam's going towards the outside panel, and I'm going to top stitch right here on both of them. And I'm just doing these. I mean, it's the inside of the bag, so I'm just doing it. What is the... This is going to be a really pretty one. I might have to switch out and start carrying this one. Okay. There she is. So that's it. That's so easy, right? Like it seems like kind of confusing at first, but like once you do it, I mean, come on. So easy and so cute. Mine's a little crooked. It is. Okay. Again, it's the inside. All right, let's see. How many? We now have 13 signups. Okay. You guys are going to get seriously. I'm going to pull up the wheel of names real quick and let me export the list. Let me refresh it one more time. Okay. And then I will. Okay, it's exporting. Just give it a second. And then I will put the names on the thing and share it for you all. Thanks for joining me on a random Wednesday in the middle of April, you all. The sign up was at the beginning, like right above where your post was. Did you get to sign up? Let me see if did it export yet? Sometimes it takes a hot minute. Oh, it's thinking still. Man, it's going slow tonight to export. Oh, so I guess what we do, yeah. So cut out the squares if you haven't done that yet. Just like we did on the front. Man, why is it taking so long? I'm gonna do my squares right now while it's thinking. I'm still thinking. Maybe I need to do it again. Maybe it's stuck. The system. Ooh. Yeah, look at how wonky it is. Oh. Yes, I'm marking it with a Sharpie. No, I'm not concerned that it's going to show through. There's interfacing there, and it's a dark fabric. See, you can't see it. All right, let me try the export again. It doesn't, it seems to be stuck. I don't know why it's not working. You just did. Good. Okay. Let me refresh it and see what happens. Is the entire site down? I don't know why it's doing this. I'm sorry, you all. Okay. So there's 13 of you that signed up. Let me go to export. I don't know why it's doing that. It's never done this before to me. It's because I'm live. All right, now it seems to maybe be thinking faster. I mean, it's only 13 of you. I could technically just copy and paste you. Oh, nope, there it goes. It's going now. Okay, let it just think through. I'll cut these squares out. We need to add, if you're doing a key ring, you need to do that as a next step, I believe, before, yeah, the key clip. You need to do that as a next, I don't know where I put my key clip, so I might just not do it. Oh, it's right here. You're going to do this as the next step before you sew the top panel piece on. Okay. Let's see. Christy has you sewing that key clip. You're going to need, of course, like a little, okay, now it exported, I think. Maybe. Good Lord. There it is. My goodness. What a nightmare. Okay. You're going to put that, you're going to need the little, you know, the little key clip doodad hook thing with the clasp so you can actually put your keys on it. But Christy has you putting it 1/2-inch swivel clip. That's what it's called. Christy has you first sewing this together. Like if you want to, you're going to sew it like this and like this, just like we did for our connector straps. Okay. Then you're going to add your key clip and you're going to attach it right here, right next to the end of your overlay. Okay. Let me do the wheel of names and then I will share my screen. Okay. Let me share my screen real quick. Share screen. Okay, so the first one, is that up there? Yes. Okay, so the first one is going to be for a single pattern from Stitches by Christy. Okay. Oh, Cynthia. Cynthia, are you still here? Type into the chat if you're still here, so I know. Cynthia. She's like, probably like, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. All right, let me write your name down too so that I can, then we can always move on. And if, where did I put my pen? Okay. Marie's back. Okay. Cynthia is the winner of the first pattern. Okay. I'm taking her off of the thing. Remove. Okay. Now there's more of a chance. Now you have a 1 in 12 chance of winning. Here's the second pattern. Looks like it's Misty. Okay, then we're going to have a grand prize in a sec. Misty, are you still here? Oh, Miss Cynthia's here. Okay, Cynthia, you get a free pattern from Stitches by Christy. Cynthia, just message me on Instagram and tell me which pattern you want. And then she will just add it to your profile. Misty, are you still here? All right, we are going to now do the drawing for 5 patterns from Stitches by Christy. This is like the grand prize. Here we go. Who is it? Mary Lou, are you still here? Oh my gosh, it's so late if you're here. It's so late on the East Coast. It's like after 11 o'clock. All right, Misty and Mary Lou, let me know if you're here. Mary Lou, you just won 5 patterns. If you're still here. Okay, I'll give you all a minute to chat, to type into the chat. Okay? If you're still here. I hope you're still here. I don't think Mary Lou was going anywhere. Maybe she went for a bathroom break. Somebody call her. All right, I'm going to remove this from the chat so we can continue. You guys all have a few more minutes to keep going. I'm not going to add the key ring to this one. I'm just going to start with putting the top pieces on. Uh-oh, did I freeze? Am I back? Can you hear me? Okay. I think I unfroze. All right. So she wanted you to mark the center. And she says to on both properties, mark the top center and measure down 1.5. Because that's where we're going to end up adding our snaps. Okay, so I'm clipping because I'm lazy. I'm just clipping a little tiny notch so I know where my center pieces are. It's not too bad. Take off the sticker. Okay, so we're going to measure down from the center. Okay, and we're not going to do anything quite yet. Not yet. So, and I'm just marking a little dot so I know where I'm going. Okay. We're not adding the snap yet. I'm still here. Are you still here, Vonda? Okay. So we're gonna sew. We're not gonna do the snap yet. We're gonna sew our top pieces. So right sides together. Okay. Make sure this is like marked down from the top that you went, right? So it's going to be, this is going to be the top. So I marked it from here down. Oh, yeah. Vonda, I think I froze for a bit, for like, I don't know, like 30 seconds or something right after I stopped sharing my screen. It was weird. But it caught up. It was just the one, it was the camera on my actual computer that froze, which was weird. But who knows? Oh, you know what I should tell you all? Did anybody here get the Saya Swag catalog or calendar? Catalog. The calendar for 2025. If you did, it looks like this. And I'm here to remind you that this is my week of deals for this calendar. So if you have this, go to April, and there is a 15% off code of retail, and then there's also free shipping on orders of 75 or more. Okay. I'm going to sew this at the seam allowance she gives you. Vonda, how are you doing on both your bags? Are we going to finish them? Or are you already done? I believe we're top stitching it too, right? Yeah, fold the top accent up this time. So we're folding it to the top, which is kind of hard for me because I added some interfacing on this one. So it might be a little chore for me, but you are going up and then top stitching along the accent you're top stitching. Okay, I'm going to do this one real quick. Took a while to piece the pockets on the front. Yeah, it does. But it's like easy, right? It's not like a difficult. It's not hard to piece them. It just takes some time. Kind of like the passion flower tote, I feel like isn't super hard. It just takes time to do all the straps on the passion flower, right? From Blue Kala. But that one, like, it's not hard. It's just patience. All right. Yeah, it is. It's a very easy. I'm just taking time so it looks really good. Yeah, I agree. Yep, it's a fun little feature pocket, I think. Okay, I'm gonna sew up this one. We should do a when you all finish your bag, it would be really fun if you're sewing along with me right now and you're doing the Teagan tote with me, no matter what fabric you're using, I don't even care. When you finish your bag, tag me, or you could email me the pictures too. But I would love to like have all the pictures, and then I can, I don't know, send all of our bags, like do like a big, like a side-by-side portrait of like all of our bags together, right? Tag me in whatever you post, because that would be like super fun. And it would be fun for Christy to see all of the different ones too. Maybe we should like start that like as a tradition. Tag and then do the hashtag so fabulous together, since that's what we're calling these. Okay, so this is done. Now I've just got a top stitch, which I might end up top stitching like along here, even though it's different from the pattern, just because of this extra interfacing. It's going to have a hard time flipping. Okay. Ooh, it's getting a thick seam there. Come on, Judy. Jump it. Jump it. Oh, she's pissed. There she goes. It was just a really thick seam by the pocket and the accent, and she didn't like it. It's okay, though. It's fine. She made it. Okay, so that one's top stitch. Now I'm going to top stitch the other. And then I believe we're going to add our snaps next. Oh my gosh, we're back up to 20 people. How did that happen? We were down to like 17 a few minutes ago. Hey, the Mary Lou and Misty, are you guys here still? I don't think you ever typed into the chat that you were here because you won. But I always say that you have to be present to win. Okay, so these are stitched. Now you're going to add your snaps. Okay, so the way I add snaps, so it's right here. Usually I take it and I get the washer and I put marks. So that's the center spot, right? So I'm going to put marks on both sides. Okay. And those are going to be like the cut holes. See, can you see that? Probably not. Here. So there's the center marks. Okay. The center mark, and I'm going to use the little slits on the washer. Those are going to be the cut holes. And usually, I mean, you can totally just use your seam ripper to do holes. I usually just take my snips and do really teeny tiny holes. And I have not had a snap pop out yet. So I think it's fine. And these scissors are so good for this too. They're very precise and they're very sharp at the tip. See that? So they're good for this type of job. Okay. I'm gonna take, now I have little holes here. Where are my mess of, okay, let me see which way I put the male side on this one. So I'm just gonna do the same one I did. I did the male side, male's that one. There's a little nubbin, see that? Okay, and you poke it through what you just either seam ripped or however, whatever the hole is that you got. Oh, come on. There it is. Okay. There you go. And then the other thing, where did I put my? Usually I use some Decaville Heavy. Usually I have it right in front of me. I get an extra piece of Decaville Heavy. And I mark those little slits too. And I'm going to put it right there. You can iron it down if you want. But it just gives it a little extra. Sometimes you can use, and also use sometimes fleece. People use fusible fleece to do the same thing. To just give it a little extra hold right there. Okay, and then the washer. Oh my gosh. I push the teeth out. Okay, and then, but wait, I'm not done. Let's see if my iron isn't on. Okay, so there's one side. Okay. There's the other side. Okay, I need the washer to mark. Oh no, I already did it. Never mind. Oh, I think food's here, you all. What should we do? Should we stop? Should we do like another half hour? Finish up. Let me see what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing as I did on the other side. And then I'm going to take some, I usually like to get duct tape and just do one piece of duct tape as a final little, don't freak out, I'm using my thighs, as a final little stability thing over it. Okay, there's one snap. I'm using UV vinyl on one of them, coordinating with some of your fabric. Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay. I'm going to put tape over this. Stability. Vonda, I think everybody else fell asleep except for you. Okay, there it is. Okay, so there's our snap. Now that we have that installed, Oh, look, Christy said she likes to cover, sorry about the motorcycle going by. She said she likes to cover the prongs with duct tape too. Okay, so we're going to place these right sides together. Okay, we are going to clip and sew it up. Sew this bad boy up. Okay, and we can sew up the bottom too because we are turning it through that pocket. And it is, she doesn't say any different seam allowance, so I think it's the same seam allowance that we've done the whole time. Okay. All right, sew up the sides, sew up the bottom, and then we're going to box the corners. We are so close. You all are probably closer than me because you've done your straps and I'm goofed up on my straps. But oop. Okay. I need to trim a little bit. I don't know why. It seems like there's like a delay on the video right now. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, I heard you. What? I heard you come home. I'm almost done. Okay. So I'm going to box my corners. And then we're going to turn. We're going to open the zipper before we do anything. You know what? Maybe it's because it's stop sharing. Maybe that'll be better. Maybe that's why there's a delay. You know what? My seam got a little wonky on the bottom, so I'm going to adjust a little bit. Okay. I just didn't want it opening at all. Okay, so we're boxing the corners and then opening the pocket. And then I believe we're putting the outside of the bag inside of this. Okay, inside the lining, sewing it around the top and then turning it. Okay, I know I was supposed to be done a half hour ago. Are we okay? I haven't finished cutting it out yet. Guys, go eat while it's hot. Thank you, Debbie. Don't forget to message me, Debbie Gassman, about your win from the other day. Okay? All right. Yes, I will go eat. Let me now see. I'm almost to a stop. I don't want to leave now. I just want to finish. I knew this was going to happen. It's okay. Okay, you're going to box the corners and sew them. You guys are so sweet to be worrying about my hunger. I mean, I can stop and we can do it again. Or if you don't think it's worth it to do a full sew along, that's why I was thinking, well, if we just go a slightly longer and then get to a point where we're basically finished. Right? Okay, I'm going to trim the box bottoms just a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to stuff. Oh, open your zipper. Okay, make sure you open it. Okay, you have this now. Okay, take, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, you can't really see it. It's a party on the inside, I swear. Okay, so you're going to take the outside, stuff it in the inside. Okay, so I'm going to do pocket, well, front of bag to pocket, pieced pocket on the inside. Does that make sense when I clip it? Okay, and I like to start with the middles, right? So I start and I clip one middle together. And then I clip one side seam together. Like start clip first, one clip just to the middle and both middles and each side seam. Does that make sense? And then you can kind of just like pinch it in from there and kind of like mess with it because it never looks like it fits, right? Never, ever, ever does it look like it's going to fit on first go. But if you kind of just like wiggle it around and mess with it, usually always does. Right? You can kind of like feed it in. Okay. And this is probably where I will stop because I'm going to probably do this on my cylinder. Middle. Okay. See how I did that? So I did like 4 clips, side seam, middle, middle. And then I'm just going to feed like pinch like each little area together at a time in like smaller pieces. And I feel like that's easier to get it all to fit together. Right? If you just do a little bit at a time, it seems to see that? How it's like, it kind of is already working out. Rather, if you do it like all at once, it's kind of a nightmare, I think. And it never seems to fit. It's like, it gets all like puckered and everything. But if you just do a little bit at a time, and I do a lot of clips on this part, like way too many. People at the Lynn's Handmade Retreat, my last, this is the last, like 3 steps. The first you do clip here on a bag usually, and then you sew around the edge, top edge, then you turn it. You sew up the pocket or whatever you're turning through, and then you clip along the top edge one more time for that finishing stitch, right? So it was actually a drop-in lining at the Lynn's Handmade Retreat. I had so many, I mean, Look at how many clips I'm using. But I feel like it's better to have more than not enough, and then for it to pull in a weird place, right? I'd rather overdo it on clips. So the more the merrier. See, and it kind of just fits. Like if you do it like little sections at a time, it works out. This and the zipper used to be the most intimidating part for me because I was just like, I don't understand how the lining is ever going to fit. Doesn't work. See, and even if it looks a little puckered, put that baby in. Flip her together. Actually, I might do this part on my Juki and then the final stitch around the top on the cylinder. Is anybody else like super close to being done? I know Sherry said that she hasn't finished cutting it out yet. And I know Vonda is working on 2. She said her pockets are taking a long time. Have I at least gotten you all to a point where you're like, all right, I'm going to finish it even if I'm not done right now? It's not going to be it's not just going to be a whip, a work in progress, right? Okay, look at how many clips there are. See that? I'm telling you, the more the merrier when it comes to clips. I should make a sticker that says the more the merrier, and it just has pictures of these little clips. It's true. Okay, I'm going to sew around the top edge. I'm going to turn it through and then be done. Okay? Here we go. Come on. Come on, girl. Don't quit on me now, Juki. I have a Juki Haruka. She's lovely. And she has the lift foot option. So like right now it comes in real handy. Right? Okay. This is going to take a minute because I'm going to try to go slower and just remove a few clips at a time. Usually I finish, like I'll do my bags up to this point, depending on how thick. If it's really, really thick, I'll use the cylinder arm on this part, but usually I can use the Juki on this part. And then just, I turn to the cylinder arm for my last top stitching prettiness that needs to happen, right? The Juki could certainly, I mean, materials aren't so heavy on this one. The Juki could definitely handle this. I just prefer the pretty top stitching of the cylinder, of the industrial machine, I should say. But the cylinder arm just makes it so easy. That's why I say I swear I paid for the cylinder arm just for top stitching the end of my bag. We are over halfway there, folks. As far as the top section goes. Come on, girl. There she is. Well, my daughter just got invited to a birthday party. I just got a text message from a mama. Okay, we're there. Oh my God. Oh no. All right, well, I'm calling it. Look what happened. I lost bobbin chicken right there. That was, it showed that much. So that entire time I had no bobbin. So now I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to go and reclip the whole dang thing. So I'm going to let you all go since I'm 40 minutes overtime anyway. But yeah, I know, Vonda, right? I'm calling it. It won. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First off, don't forget about the Saya Swag calendar. It's a deal for my shop, and it's only good through next Monday. Second, post your Teagan totes with hashtag, what did we say? So fabulous together, and tag at my little shindig 2 on Instagram. Okay. Or email your pics to me at Katie at mylittleshindig.com. Okay? I want to see all of your Teagan totes. And then I can put them together in like a fun collage or something for all of us. And then we can kind of keep doing this each month. Okay? All right. Maybe next time I should start at 4 and go till 8. And that would be like 4 solid hours before people have to go to bed. Debbie, I hope it was a little bit helpful. There were some mess ups here and there, but I hope it helped. So I hope that you will all go make the Teagan tote. It's a really good pattern. It's fun. And it's a good, it's simple enough, but it's a good skill building pattern too, because it teaches you the zipper overlays. It teaches you snaps, like the pocket, like that's a different way to do the pocket on the inside and outside. So yeah, I hope you liked it. All right. Have a good night. Please send your pictures to me and tag me. Okay. And then stay tuned because we'll do this again. We'll do it next month too. For this month's club designs, there's a new recommended pattern that's coming with the packs this month. So stay tuned for that. All right. Have a good night, everyone.